Thank you everyone for attending the Pacline work webinar today on learning how Pacline overhead conveyors can clear up floor space and improve productivity. Before we begin, I'd like to tell you a little bit about Pacline. Pacline was established in 1979 and we've been in business for over 40 years. Since then, we have sold over 3 million feet of overhead conveyors installed at sites all around the world. We believe in manufacturing quality conveyor systems and have been ISO 9001 certified since the year 2000. We have locations in Mississauga, Ontario, Buffalo, New York, and soon in Hamilton, Ohio. I'll be one of your co-hosts. My name is Dave Cito, and I'm the sales manager for Pacline Overhead Conveyors. Just to give you some background on my education, I have a degree in mechanical engineering and registered with the PEO, and I've been working in the material handling industry for over 15 years now. At Pacline, I've been in multiple roles as a project engineer, a project manager, and also a sales engineer, which has given me a greater understanding of how our overhead conveyors can really benefit our customers. I'll hand it over to our other co-host, Paul, who will introduce himself.
Hi, everyone. My name is Paul Enderle. I'm a senior account manager with Pacline. Been working with Pacline for several years, and I've been in the material handling industry for about 20 years. I am also a mechanical engineer. I have my professional engineer's license. And like Dave, I've got quite a bit of experience. I like to share that experience with our customers to make sure that they have they receive the best solution for whatever challenges that they might have. So what we're trying to do with Pacline is help you improve your operation while using the available overhead space. In addition, we can improve ergonomics, and on top of that, our systems are going to be cost effective and very simple to maintain. So at the end of the day, Pacline systems will improve the bottom line for your operation. The first area we want to explore is workflow. And generally, it's very easy to focus on the output, for instance, of a warehouse or a distribution center. Everyone is very interested in moving pick goods and orders out of the warehouse as efficiently as possible. Often, though, the delivery of the packing materials into the picking area is an afterthought, or with outbound conveyors taking up floor space, delivering packing materials is difficult and expensive with other types of conveyors such as roller or belt conveyor. Overhead conveyor in these situations can often help ease the challenges in providing the empty cases and totes to the point of use in the warehouse. Cases can be routed from a central case erector area to the pick modules or other point of use, and often will improve the throughput as well as reducing the labor costs. Pacline will work with your engineering group to select or design the best carrier, hook, or tray for your specific carton or tote to optimize the system. So in the photos that we're showing on the left, we are showing a specially designed hook system that can handle 2 different carton sizes, allowing the cartons to be held within reach of the operator. And as you can see, the conveyor track is carrying the cartons above another conveyor, so it's not taking up any space on the floor at all. On the right-hand side, you can see behind the text, you see the yellow totes are being carried in a similar fashion. Again, we have the conveyor over the top, or the overhead conveyors above roller conveyor on the floor. So again, it's not taking up any floor space whatsoever. And in both cases, the cartons and totes are very easy for the operators to reach. To further improve operating efficiencies, robotic technologies can be used to load empty cases and totes onto the overhead conveyor, as opposed to having a person do that task. This level of automation reduces repetitive motion issues, as well as increasing uptime of the automated systems. A small robotic cell would be integrated with an automatic case erector to, again, to load those cases onto the conveyor system. The flexibility of robotics allow for multiple case sizes to be loaded onto a single overhead conveyor. Other types of automated systems might be designed for one specific case size, for instance. So as you see in this photo, we have the robot loading the cases onto this carrier hook. And the robot is set up in such a way that there are sensors to tell when there's an empty hook, and the robot can then load it onto a hook without having any issues with other cases moving by. Similar to considerations for moving new cases into a pick module, waste corrugate must be removed as boxes are emptied from the pick face. So when the person empties a box, now we have an empty box, we need to get rid of that cardboard. So Pacline can often assist with this challenge by providing an overhead conveyor that will navigate to each pick area. And then as the trays that are carrying the cardboard can then navigate to the baler and drop the waste directly into the baler. In some situations, one Pacline conveyor can be used to both deliver empty new cartons to the pick face as well as take away the waste corrugate. You see on the left-hand side, you see that the low-profile trays with empty boxes or waste boxes stacked up on top of them. And on the right-hand side, you get a better view of a typical carrier to dump the cardboard into a baler. This post on the side of the carrier will actually come into contact with a fixed piece of rail that will allow this tray to tilt and then drop the contents into the baler. So it's a fairly simple system, very easy to install and very easy to maintain. For micro-fulfillment applications, Pacline offers an overhead conveyor in conjunction with control modules to use overhead space to transfer completed orders from a fulfillment area to a point of delivery area. The overhead conveyor can simply transport the completed orders, or additionally can be used as an overhead temporary storage carousel. Operators will select the order to be delivered, and the Pacline retriever system delivers the order to the point of delivery or the storefront. The example shown above, the overhead conveyor, as you can see, can be installed over the top. This is a plan view. The pink conveyor is over the top of the store area, and so it's not taking up any space. It's not restricting customer use of the store, and it's not interfering with any of the existing furnishings in the store. The operator at the back would load an order onto a hook or a tray onto the conveyor. The conveyor then delivers it to the front. That is the most simple system. And we can also use, again, our retriever to control the conveyor. The operator in the back would record a hook location, and then the operator at the front, when that location or that order is needed, can enter that location into the retriever at the front, and the conveyor then delivers the finished order to the storefront for delivery to a customer. We can also work with this type of system to be fully integrated into the customer's point of sale system or inventory system or warehouse management system. Here again, we are improving efficiency, reducing labor, and taking advantage of overhead space to provide a solution for a specific problem. So now I'll turn this over to Dave.
If your warehouse is like most, floor space is at a premium. So why not utilize the unused overhead space above to deliver empty cartons from a central carton erector to the various picking and packing areas? The Pacline overhead conveyor can be routed around existing equipment to avoid any interferences with a variety of standard curves, angles available, and can be floor or ceiling mounted. The system is made up of modular components, which makes it easy to assemble, modify, or replace components in the future. The system can also easily be designed to incline or decline into and out of different working levels throughout a pick module. As you can see in the photos, there's different levels where the overhead conveyor is taking the cartons to, going into different levels and also routing it out. Many warehouses have a central carton erector and require use of valuable floor space to store the empty cartons before consuming or bringing them to a picking or packing area. The implementation of the Pacline overhead conveyor requires minimal floor space and allows for storage and delivery of empty cartons in the unused ceiling space. We also manufacture our own supports with various attachments and brackets available for different types of ceiling structures, allowing for a clearer floor space for additional storage or equipment which cannot be easily suspended from the ceiling. Our systems can also be placed over top of existing roller or belt conveyors. As you can see from the photo, our system here is being ceiling supported from the building structure above. And as I mentioned before, we have different types of bracketry that's available to connect to the various ceiling structures that we find across the different buildings that we've installed in. And now I'll turn it back over to Paul to talk about ergonomics.
Thanks, Dave. So Pacline overhead conveyors can be configured to put the cases and totes easily within reach of the operators, simply because the cases and totes are suspended under the Pacline conveyor. Other types of conveyor, for instance, belt or roller conveyors, have relatively tall side frames, and so take up a much more vertical space. When multiple levels of belt or roller conveyor are used, the operator must bend down to reach the bottom level, while the top level may be out of the reach, again, mainly because of the overall height of each type of conveyor. A Pacline overhead conveyor can often help resolve this problem. So as you can see here, the tray that these cartons are carried on is very low profile, so it takes up very little vertical space. So we can lower that down closer to the point where the operator is working. Ergonomics and operator safety have both been gaining more attention in recent times. With most automation, moving parts and machinery can create potential hazards for employees. Pacline conveyors are safe and easy to use. Our enclosed track conveyors eliminate pinch points as an inherent part of the basic design of the Pacline conveyor. Additionally, drive modules are up out of reach of personnel. So again, as you can see in these photos and the other ones, the conveyor track itself, where the moving chain is located, is not only is it out of reach, but even in situations where it must be lowered, the slot is much narrower than the person's finger, so all the moving parts are well contained inside. So it's very safe product to use, and again, with the allowing the use of our vertical curves to drop and lower the track down, then the ergonomic benefits come into play, where we can get the carton much closer to the operator within their ergonomic reach. So Dave's going to let you know a little bit more about our installation costs.
All right, thanks, Paul. Pacline modular components allows for easy installation and modifications on site during installation. Our overhead conveyor components have flanged ends and are easily bolted together to reduce install costs and saves workers from having to weld track together on site. Our project engineers can help you design and recommend the best drive and take-up locations for an ideal layout. Okay, and I will now talk about low maintenance costs. So warehouses are typically filled with material handling equipment requiring a routine maintenance schedule managed by a maintenance team. The Pacline overhead conveyor systems only require two main low-cost items, one being chain lubrication and two being maintaining the chain tension. Our empty carton delivery systems are typically equipped with an automatic oiler which can be programmed to lubricate the conveyor chain after a certain number of revolutions of the conveyor system, making it easy for the maintenance staff to only have to monitor and keep the reservoir tank full. The chain tension is maintained with an automatic spring take-up unit and can be equipped with a limit switch to detect the full extension of the take-up unit and alert the maintenance staff that the chain will require retensioning and readjustment. Okay, Backline Delivers. So let us review how Pacline overhead conveyors can improve your financial position by improving workflow efficiency by using a Pacline overhead conveyor to possibly deliver empty cartons and totes to your picking area, or possibly considering integrating a robot to load empty cartons from the carton erector onto an overhead conveyor system, or handling waste corrugate by removal into an actual compactor. And as Paul discussed, possible micro-fulfillment applications to transfer completed orders from fulfillment area to customer pickup location with the use of a retriever unit. And also utilize unused overhead space. So with our flexible configuration of our systems, which do not increase the facility of the footprint by using the overhead space, you could utilize the unused space and hanging it from the ceiling. Also by providing ergonomic benefits with our system, easy to reach cartons for the operators, and it's a safe solution design without any actual pinch points on the conveyors, because we'll set the conveyor height at a ergonomic height and also high enough so that operators can't be reaching the actual track and chain. And then finally, the low cost install and also the low cost maintenance benefits of the system, with it being modular and also with having to only maintain the lubrication and the chain tension is a pretty low maintenance items for a overhead conveyor system. Okay, so thanks for listening. If you would like to see more application photos, please visit us at our website at www.pacline.com. On the website, if Paul could just pull that up, you could see that we have various tabs on our website talking about our products with solutions, and also a lot of photos and also videos of our overhead conveyor systems that we've installed in the past, and also an area for videos on how to maintain our system. Okay, so thanks again for listening.